Kids, I want to take the next 6 to 8 minutes to tell you the story of how I met your mother. Like all stories, this one started out when I was young and impressionable back in 1982, but the only thing that I was concerned about back then was living each day and having fun. And of course, there is the eternal search for endless love and happiness with that, to find that perfect partner. And I did find that partner, but that's a whole nother story. The reason why I found that partner was due mostly to one person, a gerbil. Now, not just a gerbil, the gerbil. See, gerbil was the call sign of a prowler aviator, John D. Langford. The D is for Den, D-E-N. Now, gerbil is from Nebraska. So you would think that somebody from Nebraska would be a big cornhusker farm boy type. But no, gerbil, well, here's a picture of gerbil. He's about 5'4", 140 pounds, soaking wet, big bushy mustache, no hair, balding, and glasses. But he is cute. He looks like a gerbil. And it is one of the most famous call signs in the prowler community, and it's perfect for him. Now, most people that we meet are on that spectrum where, on this end, nobody likes them after you meet them. Then there's that other spectrum where some people like them, some people hate them, and there's a bunch of people in the middle that haven't made up their mind yet. That's pretty much where I fall into. Then you go to this end of the spectrum, and that's where a person that everybody likes. But then there's a step further, the rarest of people. You go to the far end, handful of people that I know, that you might know, and that's somebody that everyone loves. And that's who gerbil was. Everyone loved the gerbil. Because he was short and had that bushy mustache, he always had a self-deprecating humor about him. He was always making jokes with people and always having fun. And if gerbil was there, you wanted to be there. He was just fun. We were in our first cruise together, first squadron, and we were in Capri. And gerbil and I were walking around with the rest of the gang, and gerbil, because he was bald, decided he needed a hat. So we went into the hat store, and I saw this great fisherman's cap. And I threw it to him. I like, gerbil, you gotta have this. Threw it to him. He put it on, and I was like, you look marvelous. Like, really? I'm like, oh, you've gotta have that hat. You're really rocking that hat. I don't know. Get it? If you don't get it, I will. All right, I'm getting it. So he goes off to buy the hat. Meanwhile, I walk outside where the rest of the gang is. Moundrel, Newt, Bobo, Grumpy, Scarbelly, Winnie, and the rest of the gang. And I'm like, gerbil just bought a hat. You're gonna check this out. Well, out gerbil saunters with this new cool toque, and we're all bent over laughing. And he just takes the hat up, throws it down, and stomps off. And that was just one story with gerbil. It was like a daily occurrence with gerbil. There was a time that we were in Fallon, Nevada, and gerbil might have had a little bit too much to drink. And we put him to bed, and I came up with the brilliant idea that we could pick him up while in his bed and carry him out and put him in the parking lot, so he'd wake up the next morning in the parking lot. Well, we tried that. The problem was when we picked him up, the bed wouldn't fit through, so we tilted it. And he kept on falling out. We put him back in, and he had that flummoxed look about him. Then there was the other story where gerbil and I went to visit our former CO in Rome, just the two of us. And this time I had a little bit too much to drink. And I kind of, well, I got sick and threw up on Grumpy's wife's stuffed dog that she got for, but that's another story. We're talking about the gerbil. There was another time we were in Naples, And this time, our second cruise, and Gerbil was in love. And he had a girlfriend. And he's sitting pretty much crying in his beer. He says, I've got to call her. Well, this is back in 82, 83. This is before the internet, email. This was stamps, snail mail. And if you were overseas and called, the one thing you had to do, don't call when you're drunk, because it could cost you $500 to $1,000. It's been done. I see heads nodding. So I told Gerbil, we can go out. We just need to get to, we were on the Allied Forces Southern Europe. Let's just get to the base someplace on there, and we'll get to an Audubon line, and we can hook up, and we'll get a phone patch. So off we went to try to get in, and I saw a guard at one of the buildings, and he was Greek or Italian, and I said, my friend here just found out that his wife is pregnant with their first child, and he hasn't talked to her in months. He needs to communicate with her. So they let Gerbil in to talk on the Audubon. Meanwhile, I pull out cards, so I'm just doing card tricks and flummoxing the guards while Gerbil talks. Gerbil comes out with this huge smile on his face, and I look at him, and he's all happy. He had talked to his girlfriend, Terry Long, and she was hot. And Gerbil said, she is so beautiful, I can't believe she's with me. She's funny, she's beautiful. I have no idea what she sees in me. And I had to step back and say, I don't see it either. He smiled and he said, but I'm gonna ask her to marry me. I'm like, well, congratulations, let's go back to the club and you can buy me a beer and we'll celebrate. Well, Gerbil did marry her, Terry, and it was at that wedding that I met my wife. Only my wife was dating another person, but that's a whole other story we're talking about Gerbil. So kids, if it wasn't for Gerbil, I never would have got the nerve to meet your mother again. Now that's the humorously, but sadly, Gerbil passed away 2 weeks ago from a battle with brain cancer. And Maya Angelou said that they won't remember you for what you said. They won't remember what you did, but they will remember how you made them feel. And Gerbil made everyone feel good. Everyone is happy. You just want to be around Gerbil. And when you think about it, there's unforgotten, unforgettable, and there's remembered. But a key point of that is reminding. So I want to remind you and everyone else that when you hear Gerbil or you see a Gerbil, you can think of somebody that's that other end of the spectrum that everybody loves. And when you see somebody walking around with a Greek fisherman's cap, as stupid as it looks, you think of Gerbil. Thank you.